subscribers and members. So today is a new stream. So we have the Goblin Market Tarot. The Goblin Market Tarot. And I haven't really used these. I love them, but I haven't really used them. So we're going to do a new stream, which is one Goblin Tarot per person. Feeling very connected to these now, and would really like to practice with them. So Goblin Market Tarot, one card per person, and you're very welcome to have additional cards with by sending super chats, but also in the description of the video is all of my contact information. So we have my Facebook where you can connect with me, my TikTok, my Discord where you can connect with the whole community, and my website and email as well. So of course my website for sessions that I do, so spells, sessions, readings, things like that, and my email as well, just an alternative way to just contact me, as well as Discord and Facebook. So many ways to connect. Hello and welcome. So we have Kida, Puja, Anita, Theodora, Jasmine, Suns, Kevin, Anita. Amazing. So really lovely to see you guys. So yes, Goblin Market Tarot. So we'll just show those again. So we're doing one card per person on today's stream. If you remember, and it's not quite busy, not very busy, you may get another card. But yeah, so that's how we're going to work today. So yes, so I know some people just jump in to see what's going on, to see if it's crystal ball and things like that. So if you are here and you do want a Goblin Tarot card, please do comment Goblin in the chat and I will pull you on. So we'll do it like that. Theodora already says, I would love to see the face of my goblin. So yes, I will do one for Theodora there. It's just because some people jump in to see if it's crystal ball. So I don't want to just do it in order of chat. I want to make sure you're actually waiting and ready for your card. So thank you very much, Theodora. I love the feathers. My hair's a bit of a mess. You can see it's a bit frizzy, but I do love the feathers. Thank you very much. So Theodora can be your first reading then. So we have for Theodora the 10 of Cups. Now the Goblin Market Tarot are very interesting because they don't have pentacles, they have platters, but they do have cups and wands, but they have platters and crowns instead of pentacles and swords. So it is based on the traditional tarot, so you might find the meanings quite similar, but yes, so that's the Goblin Market. So it's based as well, I should mention, the reason why it's the Goblin Market Tarot is because it's based on a very old poem from the 1920s, a very long old poem called the Goblin Market. So we have our nice little goblins on here, and there is Theodora's. Just want to make sure I'm getting that nice and in shot. The 10 of Cups is the 10 of Cups. Just double check. So very cute one there for Theodora. So we have on this one feeling a sense of belonging, happiness, success that will last. So success is coming to you, but it's not just kind of like a fleeting, oh, I have success for like a moment. It's lasting success. It's a very positive card. It's really positive message about home, feeling like you belong somewhere, feeling at home somewhere, and also a positive omen for the actual home. So if someone is wanting to buy a house, looking for a house, looking for their perfect location to rent, maybe this is also a really positive omen for that. Feeling blessed, stepping into your generosity. So sometimes in our daily lives we kind of shift away from our generosity because we have to be so self-focused in this kind of, you know, quick moving society that we live in. We have to really focus on ourselves. But your sense of generosity will be at the forefront. So you might find yourself being more giving at this time. I'm not saying that Theodora isn't giving, but yeah, you might step more into that giving to others, not feeling like you constantly have to fight for yourself, you know? So it's that really nice generosity coming through. Feeling content and a really positive message for family as well. So if you're building a family, raising a family, anything to do with your family connections can also improve with this. So if there's any issues or conflicts going on with family connections, you may find that they get resolved. So it's a really nice card. So that was Theodora, the Ten of Cups. So let's see. Next we have Kida. So a card for Kida. So we have the Eight of Wands. So with the Eight of Wands, it's really guiding you to take action on your ideas. So we have a lot of ideas going through our minds. Often, you know, we come up with ideas, maybe we put them on the back burner, maybe it's an idea that you had a long time ago that you never acted on, but it's all about acting on your ideas. Your life there's movement, there's momentum in this card. So if you felt stuck or stagnant in any area, you're going to have momentum. Things are going to begin to move. So it's really positive in that respect. You might find that this movement becomes quite quick. There's a speed element to this. Things moving quite quickly for you. Having to make quick decisions, having change, and boldness. So yeah, if there's a decision to be made, the guidance here is kind of not to dwell on that decision too much. Maybe go with your gut instinct or your initial intuition, maybe. And just bearing in mind that, so it's not to kind of like jump the gun on things. I always say as well, do your due diligence with things, you know. Make sure you're not like getting scammed or anything. But if you do need to have a decision to make, being a bit quick with that answer, giving that answer, and boldness, rebirth is possible as well, truth as well, and fairness. So if there's anything underlying, the truth might come out about something. So just bear that in mind. If anything does come out, it's most likely going to be the truth that's coming out. You may find yourself having a rebirth with all this fast movement and this kind of new change. And you are guided to be pretty bold. So yeah, just put yourself out there, be pretty bold, stand firm in what you believe, don't be hesitant or kind of in that nervous energy. Really step into your, you know, divine feminine and bold energies at this time. So that's a really nice message for if anything has been stagnant or slow, it's very likely to pick up pace. But just bear in mind that the pace might be fast. That's kind of the guidance, I suppose. So that was Kida. Jasmine, so nice to see you. So for Jasmine, we have the sunroom. The sunroom. If anyone does want like a picture of that card as well, I know they're quite different. You can message me and I can take a picture of it for you as well. Maybe remind me which card you got because I might forget. But yeah, the sun room for Jasmine. I think on this stream is better than the green screen stream because I do think you can see the pictures a bit better. So maybe you don't need a picture here, but yeah, you can see the picture's quite good here. So this is the sunroom, and it suggests that success lies on this path that you're on if you stay on this path. So it's really telling you to, it's kind of a positive message about some decisions that you've made. They might be decisions in your mind, or they might be decisions that you've already implicated and put into action, but some decisions that you've made have been for the best, and success lies on your path if you stick to these decisions. You stick to your guns, you stick to your, you know, convictions. Success does lie ahead, so don't worry too much about It's, you know, it's easy to say, but don't worry too much about any kind of lack of kind of success and accomplishment or abundance or anything like that at the moment, because you are setting yourself up. It's a really positive message for what's coming on your path. So glory, gain, feeling satisfied, but also radiance and positivity. So it speaks as well to your external energies, those energies that you're putting out to other people. You're radiating. So you might find that those magnetic energies, magneting the people and situations to you that you want, is likely to improve as this card kind of sets in for you. A lot of positivity and a lot of strength as well. So, um, you know, I feel like you're quite a strong person anyway, but you might be getting strength kind of channeled to you from your guides. And guidance could be to have strength as well. Like if you're feeling particularly like you are not strong at the moment, step into that strength. Again, I'll talk about the divine feminine, but stepping into your own strength and your own power is really important here. And remembering that you are strong, I suppose, is really good as well. And remembering that you are strong. So that's the sunroom for Jasmine. And if you want to give any feedback on the cards that you're getting, I would be really happy to read that as well. Anita. So we have Anita next. So for Anita, we have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups. So nice. Four little goblins there. So don't let your focus close you to new ideas. So you might be someone who's kind of in channel vision, what do you call it, a tunnel vision focus at the moment. You might have a specific manifestation that you're working on. You might have a specific desire, dream or goal, and that's okay, of course. It's really positive for manifestations to be super focused, but don't let that stop you from having new ideas, doing something on the side, going off on a little tangent a little bit. Very positive omen for side hustles, this card. So yeah, you can keep that goal and that focus, but don't let it stop you from entertaining those new ideas. Sometimes when we're super focused, a new idea comes to mind and we're kind of like, no, I'm focused on this. This card's kind of saying, you have the strength to balance both of these ideas. If a new idea comes to you, go for it, implement it, do what you can. So there's a sense of contemplation as well with this card. There's a sense of going within, a sense of maybe being a bit more meditative, contemplating these ideas. Just because you're being guided to be open to these new ideas doesn't mean you have to rush to do them. Maybe you're able to sit and contemplate them for a long time, and that's okay. You might be feeling, so you could be feeling in this current chapter some demotivated energy and some boredom. So I suppose that's a good reason for why you should go with these new ideas, complement them and implement them when it's time, because you might be feeling pretty bored and you might have a lack of motivation. So when you're bored and you have a lack of motivation, of course, for boredom we kind of just have to go with the ideas, do things, make sure we're taking action on things. But for being unmotivated, it's always a good tip to work on your solar plexus chakra. Can really help if we're feeling a bit like we're procrastinating. We might get a block in our solar plexus. So focus on the solar plexus, and it might help to increase and help with that demotivation. If you're having a lack of motivation, you may become more motivated working on the solar plexus. So do focus on that chakra. So even though there's kind of this, I might be implementing something new, going on a new path, and kind of having two things to focus on, there's still a sense of balance and stability that comes with that. So it's really speaking to your ability to balance these two things, because stability is coming on your path. So if you don't feel very stable, if you feel a bit unbalanced at the moment, do make sure you're focusing on that solar plexus, but stability and balance is coming to you. And foundations as well. So again, it's kind of similar to one of the other cards we read, where there's a positive omen for putting roots down. So that could be kind of like roots in like a work position, like roots in the job, in these side hustles or jobs or whatever these opportunities, these tangents are. But it really can be about setting roots in a location or a home or something like that. And it doesn't necessarily mean moving. Sometimes we suddenly realize that where we are is the right place to be, and we get this new refreshed sense of, actually, I do want to put roots here. I do want to, like, form positive life here and put roots down here. But it does seem like you're having positive foundations to kind of, for a long term, it doesn't necessarily mean forever, but for a long term, nice foundation. So again, speaking to that stability that we saw coming up in that card. So that is the Four of Cups. So quite a nice one there. Puja. So you have Puja next. So for Puja we have the Nine of Cups. There we are. You can see that little kind of funny flying goblin there with the cup. So everything has turned out well. Everything's turned out well for you. So things are going to go well. You're going to find yourself enjoying your success. Oh, we've had some very good cards coming through. So enjoying your success, having happiness, finding success, being really strongly in your compassion energies. So there could be things like relationships that you realize are very important to your success, whether that's someone who supports you or whether that's a collaboration with someone. Maybe a collaboration is important for your success, but your compassion energy is really going to shine through. So really make sure you're tapping into that. A lot of the time we kind of equate success with being really self-focused, kind of shutting other people out to kind of work and hustle. But this is not like that. There's a lot of compassion still there. But trust in the universe is really needed here. So make sure you are trusting in the universe. If you're having signs that seem counterintuitive to your path, trust the universe, it is taking you the right way. Being in a higher mindset. So I already feel like this does speak to Puja. I already feel like Puja has this kind of higher thinking, tapping into her higher self, having the ability to see things from a higher perspective, understand everybody else's perspective. So I feel like that's kind of more affirming how you already are rather than telling you to be that way. But sometimes we can come down from that, so make sure you're staying up in that. And optimism. So really having optimism is really important for this one. And optimism is always important for our manifestations and things, but sometimes the cards affirm things for us or remind us of things, So yeah, so that's Puja's one. Puja. So let's do Kevin. So you have don't want to. I have the wire going across me here, so if I knock it, I knock the phone, so I apologise for that. So I really appreciate the likes, guys. We have 10 likes on the video already. Please do like it if you have not liked it already. And comment Goblin if you are wanting a Goblin Tarot card. So for Kevin, we have the Fairy Wanderer, my favourite. So this is my absolute favourite because this is a symbol of the Fool tarot card. The Fool. So it does kind of relate to the Fool. So new beginnings and innocent energy. There's a lot of options available to you. And you're really called to have an open mind, a kind of beginner mind. Don't go into your new opportunities that are coming up with preconceived notions about how it will turn out or how it will be. Make sure you're keeping a very kind of blank slate, open mind about things, because you're going to expand your mind and learn new things in these experiences, and it's really best to go into them without having preconceived notions, basically. But yeah, a lot of opportunities, a lot of free will energy in the Fool card, wonder, curiosity, new journeys. And the new journeys can be like work, study, travel, new people, new journeys. A lot of potential going on in this card. Really sorry about it cutting out, but going to do my best to keep it if it cuts out. So a lot of potential, a lot of free will energy, and a lot of opportunities coming up on Kevin's path with the Fairy Wanderer. Love that one. So Suns, we have Suns is next. So we have Lady of Wands, Lady of Wands. You can always call on your natural confidence. So maybe it's affirmation. Maybe you are a super confident person and it's affirmation of that. But if you're not, you really have to go within and find that confidence to express. You have confidence within you if you need to unleash it. Again, I'm going to talk about the solar plexus because our self-belief, our self-love, our self-belief, our self-worth, it's very located there. It's very in tune with the solar plexus. So if you're not a very confident person and you need a bit of self-esteem, self-confidence, focus on your solar plexus chakra to help to bring that out. But there's warmth and passion in this card. So not only are we seeing the solar plexus may be needed, but the sacral as well. So creative energy, passions, maybe travel, trying new things, getting new inspiration for new things. So focusing on your sacral for to bring this passion out. So if you're lacking passion, you don't really know what you want to do, or you're kind of confused about things, passion is going to come to you, like a passion for something new, or maybe a passion for something that you've lost passion for. So sometimes we have like a hobby or a job and we get kind of bored of it. It might be like you're reigniting a passion for something you used to do, but it could be that you're igniting a passion for something new. So look out for that because that's going to be exciting and interesting for you. A lot of enthusiasm is going to come with this, determination, and also this card really speaks to your adaptable nature. So it looks like it could be a new experience and you're going to kind of adapt. Maybe you have transferable skills from an old job or an old situation that you were in, an old hobby that you had, or an old connection you were in or something. Maybe you have a lot of skills that you've learned in life lessons or in school kind of lessons, course lessons, things like that. Skills that you can bring through and adapt into new avenues, new ventures, and things like that. So when you have this new passion for this new thing, you're going to find that actually you're quite good at it because skills you already have help with this new thing. So it's all about keeping in your adaptable energies, recognizing where old skills could help in new projects, new endeavors. Um, there's quite a steady. It's interesting, even though it's like an igniting new passion that usually brings like excitement and that kind of high energy. There's a steadiness to this. So if you're not going to like get excited, try this new thing, and then get bored of it. It's going to be quite steady. So whatever this new thing is, you're going to stick to it. So it's going to be like quite long term. So that's quite nice. Um, and you're going to your independence here as well. So this new thing might be something that you do on your own. It could be something maybe you make money from a little bit. Maybe you're learning like to be a little bit self-employed in some way. Whatever it is, there's a lot of independence in there, and kind of growing your independence, stepping into your independent energies and being very strong in your independence. So it doesn't mean that connections with other people won't be good. It just means that your connection with yourself is going to be quite forefront and you're going to be really happy about it. It's going to be very positive and powerful, a really positive connection with yourself. So guys, if you are new in, we are doing Goblin Tarot today. This is a brand new stream. I've cut out a few times, so please bear with me. If I do cut out, I will keep trying to connect back. Goblin Tarot. So if you do want a tarot, please comment Goblin in the chat. It's one tarot per person. If it gets quiet and you remember, you will have another one. If you do want any extra tarots, just send a super chat, but it's not required. You can have a free card. Thank you, Jasmine. I really appreciate the compliments on the feathers. I really like wearing them. I always forget to do it. Remind you of the labyrinth. Yes, yes, the goblins. That's amazing. Yeah, it's been a while since I saw that film. And you're very welcome. So yeah, if you're new in, like the video and comment Goblin for a card. And I just say that because a lot of people come in, they think it's crystal ball, and they want to ask questions, and then they jump out. So I don't want to be reading for people who've jumped out. So make sure you're commenting Goblin if you do want a card. Hello Rhoda, hello Jan. And you're welcome to people saying thank you. Hello Kai. Yeah, so Goblin card for Kai. Yes, so we have the Four of Crowns. We have the Four of Crowns. And the crowns, so I did mention earlier, the Goblin Tarot is based on the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, but where in the traditional tarot you have swords, pentacles, cups, and wands. In the Goblin Tarot, you still have cups and wands, but instead of swords, you have crowns, and instead of pentacles, you have platters. So it mixes it up a little bit. So there we are with the Four of Crowns for Kai. Take time out, and the answer will come. So if you're the answer that you're seeking, like whatever's really kind of pressing on your mind and you're not sure about, it's a time thing. So we don't always get our answers right away. Sometimes we're in this hesitant energy, we're worried about things, we're overthinking, contemplating things, and sometimes it's just the right time and place, or the right time for that answer to come through. So maybe it's just not ready yet, you know. So have a little bit of patience for your answers. So there's like a rest energy, taking things easy, allowing yourself to kind of restore and rebalance. So just really being very calm and kind to yourself, you know, recharging, reflection, and things like that. So um, yeah, as a way to kind of get control back of your life and kind of feel like you are in the driver's seat, and you're like kind of setting the pace and setting the momentum, you need first to have that rest. So you are really being guided to rest at the moment. But there's a very positive, not that that's not positive, but there's a very positive aspect of this card, because it actually has um a positive omen for abundance. Okay, so that's a really nice one for you. Positive omen for abundance, but yeah, thing for you to fully get your right answers. There's a timing thing going on there, so just bear that in mind and give yourself time. Alisa, hello. Jasmine says, oh yes, this is a wonderful card. I'm actively working on it. You know this already. My guides are channeling my strength. Yes. Yes, absolutely. So I'm really glad to hear when the cards resonate. But if they don't resonate, remember, it can be something that's coming up. I am kind of doing, because it's one card per person, I generally tend to do your kind of current chapter, current energy card. I keep going to say rune, but yeah, you might just be stepping into that chapter, so bear that in mind. Alisa, yes, Goblin card for Alisa. Here we are. We have the Fairy Queen. So there is your card, the Fairy Queen. So be happy with the results of your actions. So there's new communication channels opening, or not necessarily new, sorry, communication channels opening. So it could be a communication channel that's been closed for a while, that's going to reopen, but it could be new communication channels. So it could be new people you're connecting with, but old communication channels might be opening if they've been closed. So that's positive if there's someone from the past you do wish to connect with. You're having a lot of guidance to take part in your groups. So take part in your, you know, the friend groups, the maybe spiritual online communities like this. Any communities you have. So if it's, you have like a community for your hobby, if you have like maybe you have a group of friends where you've been kind of putting off going out, or a work group where, you know, maybe they go out after work and you don't really go, or something like that. It's really guiding you to spend a lot more time in your groups. It could even be family, you know, maybe you haven't spent a lot of time with your family lately. But just spending time in groups, having that community connection. There's a lot of growth in this card. You're going through a lot of growth. There's fertility in this card, so fertility can link to actual fertility, like getting pregnant kind of thing. But fertility can also be about giving birth to new ideas, giving birth to new creations, giving birth to new things. So do bear that in mind when we get fertility. Sometimes it's like there's a fertile kind of energy around you for bringing new things to life. Not necessarily people, it can be ideas, projects, products, creative things. But fertility is really great anyway. Beauty. So your external energies are heightening. Other people might find you more beautiful. Other people might be more attracted to you. You might become happier with yourself if there's a particular thing about yourself that you're not super happy with. You might, work on that. You might, maybe if you're on like a weight loss journey or something like that. That's me. So I'm just, speaking for myself here. But you might find that you lose a little bit and you're like, oh, I feel really happy about that. So there's some happiness around your more physical side, your more physical appearance. And in spiritual energy, we're very within, we're very deep. Sometimes we forget that there's nature shows off flowers. They're beautiful. They have these beautiful petals and they smell beautiful. They show off, and it's okay to do that as well. Be a flower. Wear all of your makeup. Put the feathers in your hair. Um, do that. Amplify your inner beauty on the outside. That's perfectly fine. If you've been thinking about dyeing your hair a different color or cutting it or changing up your clothing style or makeup, there's a reason for everything. And when we do different things to our external, it can affect our external energies, what we put out to people. So go for it. Do those more shallow things that maybe you want to do. It's perfectly fine. As long as you have the depth as well, it's perfectly fine to tap into that. Getting out into nature is really coming up here as well. Um, so it can be difficult in places where it's like really cold or like winter at the moment, like here. But make sure you're still getting out. You're still getting that whatever sun is coming out onto your skin. You're still kind of seeing nature, not always rooms. Being inside rooms. And there's development and success as well. So there's development and success. So with that growth, so the growth is very general. You might have like spiritual growth, personal growth, things like that. But there's a possibility for success in a monetary sense or in maybe a spiritual enlightenment sense, maybe success in a relationship. But there is an element of success coming through, but it's really linked to growth. So make sure that as well as those nice, beautiful external things, you're also doing that inner work and having that inner growth as well. So that was the Fairy Queen. Um, so let's see who's next. You're welcome. You're welcome. So if you're new in, please do like the video and comment Goblin for a Goblin tarot card. Just comment Goblin. Jan. Yes, so we have Jan. A Goblin card for Jan. Here we are. So this is the Nine of Platters. You see, so we have platters instead of pentacles. So the Nine of Platters, very cute card there, with the goblins all with their pears on their platter there. So enjoy the results of all of your hard work. So there could be hard work coming up, but you're going to get results from it. So don't worry too much. Don't feel, if you're putting a lot of effort into something, you're going to get the results. So do bear that in mind. So you're tapping into your selflessness energy, your compassion, and things like that. So you're being very selfless, you're being very giving, maybe you're just generally a very selfless person, but in this current chapter especially, you are being very selfless. But you will, when we give without expectation of rewards, we still get rewards, okay? So it's kind of like, You're being very selfless, and what you're putting out there is very pure. So the rewards you're going to get are going to be very good, if that makes sense, because you're not doing it for a reward. So you're going to get a lot back. Accomplishments, um, self-care is really important for this one. So the third time on the stream, I'm going to mention the solar plexus. Focus on your solar plexus if you need to, but do self-care. Make sure you're keeping up with self-care. Of course, you're being very selfless, or you are very selfless, so you probably have overlooked your own self-care for a little while to some degree. So make sure you are maybe keeping up with self-care if you are doing that, but if you're not, really get into that. So yeah, being rewarded, having satisfaction, and also luxury. So there is an element of, like I said, the rewards that are coming being very high, feeling almost like it's more than you deserve, feeling like it's a luxury, you know. So, but I think the things are the hard work and the self care. So yeah, the it's hard work to get to where you're getting, but you are getting the rewards, and the rewards are going to be very high. Is kind of the message with that. So that was the 9 of platters. So we will do. So we have Maja. I'm really sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. Um, Maja or Maya, maybe, I'm not sure. But yes, so Goblin card for you. We have the Ace of Crowns. So the crowns are instead of the swords in this um, deck. So the Ace of Crowns. So we have the Ace of Crowns. Speak your mind to solve your problems. So you're rarely being called in the spiritual realm. We rarely focus on our intuition. We're rarely like, go do intuition, go with everything your intuition says. Which yes, but you're going to be called to tap into your logical energy more in this current chapter. So being a bit more logical, thinking about things in a very kind of organized and maybe scientifical or mathematical kind of way, being very logical about things, tapping into your power. So you do have power to tap into. You might not feel it right now, but you're really being called to tap into your power. Get to the heart of the matter with things. So don't kind of like beat around the bush, as the phrase goes, with things. Don't tiptoe around things. Make sure you're getting to the heart of the matter with things, you know? And even if that seems uncomfortable, if you have to confront someone or approach someone, that's where the power comes in. So you do have the power to do that. So when that moment comes where you have to get to the heart of the matter of something, remember that you do have that power to do that. Approach people, confront people if you need to. Your guides are channeling the power to you. They're going to support you, but you do need that power. So make sure you're tapping into that. You're going to gain insight and clarity. You're going to have a breakthrough of new ideas. So yeah, a breakthrough is really imminent. So it could be something that you've been overthinking about for a while. It could be a situation that you're kind of in limbo with or something, or it could be something that's totally random, but you're getting full clarity, a full amazing idea coming through. Clarity and new ideas, a breakthrough. So that's really great, especially if you have been really in stagnant and stuck energies for a while. Enlightenment even, so the breakthrough could be spiritual, and new beginnings as well, which makes sense if you have a breakthrough and it's kind of like a new idea, opens a new path. New beginnings are going to come as well, and those new beginnings could be in work, they could be in a relationship, maybe a new relationship, or maybe getting out of limbo in like a situation with someone where you get into a relationship. That's also possible with this card. So that was Maja, I believe. Theodora says, the Fool. Yeah, that's my favourite. And thank you as well. I appreciate the compliments, guys. You guys are very sweet. Um, Kevin says he got the Fool rune too. Yeah, really resonating, and that wasn't too long ago. So it's clearly affirming that that is your current chapter, Kevin. So that's great. Thank you so much, Jasmine. Attention everyone, type Goblin if you want one card pull based off what is pulled on the card, not an open Q&A. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. You're welcome, Kevin. Let's see. We have Sunshine, welcome. Nettie. So Nettie, a Goblin card for Nettie. Knight of Wands. So you have the Knight of Wands there. That is your Goblin card. Now is a good time to do what you want to do. So don't be holding back. Don't hold back on doing what you want to do. Just do it. So you might feel a kind of increased energy in this current chapter, a new passion for something. So another one here getting a new passion, maybe inspiration. So it might be nice to tap into your sacral energies, your sacral chakra, because we have like that creative energy, that passionate flow that comes through the sacral. So if you do want to really tap into that passion, focus on your sacral chakra. A new adventure could be at hand. You might be leaving something. You might be leaving something to go on this new adventure. So this could be leaving a job to go to a new job, leaving like a location. Like it could be like moving home, or at least planning to move home, or have like a travel journey or something, because you're leaving something to have a new adventure. So that's interesting as well. So you are called to have courage there. There's a lot of growth coming through. So you are called to have courage with this card. So creativity is really coming through as well with it. So it's kind of like that passionate energy in the sacral that I mentioned. Creativity is coming through. So again, the sacral houses really are intimate energy and our creative energy, and kind of a passion energy as well. So really tapping into that through your passion and that creative side. Your creative side is really going to come through with this in this chapter. And there's groups coming through for you as well. So someone else got groups, and it's all about community. So maybe this new creative thing that you're going to do, maybe you could find a group to do it with and really tap into that community energy with that. Maybe it's a collaboration. You know, if you're doing something creative like singing or painting or whatever it might be, maybe you want to collaborate with someone else, learning from them or doing something together. Really that group or collaboration kind of energy, and that creative passion kind of energy is coming through there. But leaving something to start something new is very, very possible. And you are a problem solver. Maybe you haven't tapped into that too much lately or in your lifetime, but you have great problem solving abilities as well, as card suggests. So there might be some problems that are coming up, but they're not going to be problems that you can't deal with and you can't solve. So instead of being worried and kind of going in maybe a kind of scared kind of energy when a problem arises, step into that power of your problem solving abilities, and you'll realize how small that problem is because you can solve it. So it's really, really positive there. But yeah, you do kind of need that courage as well for that, but you have that courage within you, or your guides might channel some courage to you. So when we get messages and cards that aren't super, we don't feel like we resonate with, ask your guides for that energy. If you don't feel courageous, ask your guides for that. If you don't feel like, you know, passionate, ask your guides to, or you know, like I said, the certain chakras we can focus on as well are important as well. So who's next? That was Nettie. Motivation, hi. Kai says that's reassuring. You're very welcome. So motivation says Goblin. Okay, so let me just see how long we have left. Just double check. Okay, so we have about 15 minutes left. So we have about 15 minutes. So we have Goblin, we have LP. Yeah, so Goblin is if you want a card pulled for you, because the Goblin Tarot. LP says I need to go blonde again. Yeah, if someone else's card resonates for you, Go for it. So we're going to do motivation and then LP here. So motivation, put your card here. The Three of Cups. There we are. So you have the Three of Cups. Celebrate your success with those that you care about. So you're going to have success. Make sure you have people who you really trust and care about to celebrate that with. You know, when we have success, we we can have like a knock in that or even lose that when we have a lot of jealous people around putting like psychic attacks on us or sending negative energy to us even unintentionally because they're so like jealous and they can't cope with it. Keep those people you care about and you know you can trust around you when you're celebrating that success. That is the message. You're also getting kind of like a group and a collaboration kind of thing, but it does seem to be a little bit more about um, people to celebrate with. So it would be friends and family, really coming through with that groups, or maybe even if it's success in like a business endeavor and you have like a group that you work with or like a person you're collaborating with, could be celebrating success with that person as well. Um, a lot of growth coming up with this card and also community with this card as well. So if you do have communities like here, online communities or communities in your kind of uh, in your where you are, you know, like actual in-person communities, um, connect with them, tap into that, friendship groups and things like that. um, you're you will need support. So even though you're having a lot of success, and it might be just success yourself, maybe it's not with a business partner, maybe it's not with, you know, success doesn't always have to be monetary as well. It could be success in a relationship, you know, it could be success in your spiritual growth, things like that. But yeah, um, a lot of celebration, a lot of sharing, but needing support. So we don't have to do everything alone. You can ask people for help, you can ask people for support, even if you just need them there for like moral support, you know. It's just about um, trusting your intuition for who you trust, because keeping people you trust around you seems to be very important for you right now, and kind of leaving those people who maybe aren't very trustworthy in the sidelines. Um, Having a resolution to a problem, so a problem, and this isn't necessarily about your own problem solving ability. It could be like an external thing where a problem just kind of gets resolved without your input, or a problem being solved. So if you're having any issues in any area, and you're kind of waiting on a solution, you know, sometimes we're waiting on um, other people to get back to us about things, you know, whether that's like with, I don't know, like monetary things or legal things, you know, sometimes you're waiting for that phone call from someone, you're waiting for that update. You will have a resolution to a problem that has come up. That can even be like someone might apologize because they've caused a problem for you and they apologize, they want to reconnect with you. That's okay if they're sincere, you know. But yeah, joy and friendship and society is really coming up. Joy and friendship, connecting with people in a very friendly and relaxed way. So it's not really like community, like work groups or like groups where you're like maybe like a hobby kind of group kind of thing. It is a lot about friendships, family, and things like that. So make sure you're tapping in with them and make sure you're okay to ask for support when you need it. But yeah, celebrating your success is a very highly positive message there. So celebrating some level of success and some problem being solved for you. And that was for motivation. So LP. So you have the fairy dreamer. You have the fairy dreamer. So this is the energy of change and movement and options. So there's a lot of free will energy that comes through with the fairy dreamer, but there's also possibility of conflict, unfortunately, coming through. So just a warning of that. There is a possibility of conflict. Um, you're called to seek balance and try to have like a calm kind of atmosphere going on. So, you know, relaxing where you can and trying to keep balance with things, because when there's a lot of change and movement, it can be really positive. The momentum can go quite well and quite steady. Even if it's quick, it can be like kind of steady, if that makes sense. but this movement and this energy for you seems a little bit kind of like it will knock you off balance, or it might be very unbalanced itself. So you are really called to try your best to relax, try your best to, maybe if you meditate, or if even if your relaxation is like eating some junk food in front of like the TV for a little bit, you know, as long as it's only for a little bit, keeping that relaxed energy around you whilst this momentum is going on, trying to balance it and being very um getting back control a little bit by calming energies, by relaxation. And yes, things in moderation. So when we were saying maybe your relaxation is doing something that's not super healthy, moderation, as long as it's moderation, that's okay, to do that. But tranquility and serenity and kind of like those beautiful, relaxing, kind of angelic words are really coming through. So it does really seem like you do have the ability and the energy to do that. Maybe even asking your angels and your guides to send calming energy to you to kind of help you with that. Because there is a combination of forces going on, and that's why it's kind of unbalanced. And it doesn't mean that it's negative forces, although there is that warning that there might be some conflict, but it doesn't really mean that all of the energies around are negative. It just means that they're kind of, there's a lot of them and they're all kind of going at their own kind of pace and things like that. It's just not steady. So having balance and having relaxation is really positive. But you are also getting the message of realization as well here. So you might have some clarity, some mental clarity come through. You might have like an enlightenment or an awakening or a realization about something very important to you. Um, so yeah, so that's a really positive thing, but there's just that warning of conflict in that card. So do bear that in mind. There could be some conflict coming up on your path. Sometimes we can't avoid things, but at least if we know they're coming, we can kind of prepare. So it's not sprung on us, it's not like a shock. So yeah, just a warning about that. And I'm not sure who's next actually. Jasmine says the advice about beauty externally must be meant for me too. I've been on the fence about it. Yes. So even if I'm reading a card for someone else, if it's really resonating and you're feeling intuitively that it's for you, you can take that message as well. Theodora, just wanting to say that I card also resonated. I have been putting more effort into taking care of my family, cooking, preparing healthy snacks. Amazing. Yes. Jan says hopefully it's coming up because right now things aren't looking great. Okay, so I'm really sorry to read that, but at least it is a positive message. Happy New Year, Shweta! Yeah, so I'm finishing pretty soon, but let's see how many more we do. Let's do Shweta. So guys, it's one card per person. Unless you send a super chat, you can have a second one. So don't comment Goblin if you've already had one. This will be a regular stream, so don't worry, you'll get another one eventually. Shweta, yes. So you have the Fairy Wise Man. Amazing. So there we are. There he is, little meditating goblin there. So understanding your beliefs, understanding your values, understanding your boundaries, understanding them and sticking to them, but especially understanding them, because sometimes the reason why we go against our own values and boundaries is because we're not fully decided on them, and they can change at any time, but we need to understand that. We need to know where we stand within ourselves. So you're coming to understandings about those, so that's nice. There's energy of unexpected. There's also there's energy of the unexpected coming up. There's also a bit of energy of possible conflict for you as well. So just like I said to the last person was at LP. When we can't always avoid conflict, but knowing when it's going to arise is pretty positive. So at least we're not shocked, we're not taken aback. We know there's a possibility of conflict, so we can kind of prepare. Guys, please like the video if you haven't liked it already. So yeah, the energy of the unexpected, but the unexpected isn't always bad. It could be a positive unexpected thing, but you're also having movement. You're also having some momentum coming up in your current chapter. there's a possibility of you teaching. So remember, I always talk about how we shift through. In every moment of life, one person is the teacher and one person is the student. It just depends on the conversation or the situation, what's going on. At the moment, I'm like on stream, I'm kind of talking at you guys. So I'm kind of in the teacher role at the moment, and you're in the student role. But if you message me off stream and we have a conversation, maybe there's something you teach me because you're more knowledgeable in that. So then I become the student in that conversation. We're constantly shifting between them, but you're going to be tapping into your teaching energy at the moment. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to teach something in a very structured way, like run a course or, become a teacher, but you will be more in the knowledgeable role where you're teaching other people things. The people you come across in this current chapter are going to be learning from you quite a little bit, so that's good. So understand that you have knowledge to share, and do not be afraid of sharing your knowledge. Morality, education coming up, divine wisdom. So divine wisdom, sometimes when that knowledge is coming through, it's divinely guided, and that's why being confident enough to be in the teacher role is important, because sometimes you're sharing divine knowledge with people. It's coming through you and you're telling them, but it was actually divinely meant for them. It's almost like your higher self or your guides or their higher self or their guides even coming through you to give them knowledge. So really don't be afraid to step into that teaching role. Kindness is coming up as well, so excuse me for sniffling. So kindness is coming up as well. Make sure you're still staying in your kind energies. So if you are in that teacher role and someone isn't listening to you, remembering to just be kind and not worrying too much. The information that you're meant to give will imprint, even if it's in the subconscious. And also there's a great energy with this card of traditions. So if you have your own kind of rituals that you do, keep doing them. If you want to kind of celebrate your culture's traditions or the traditions of the religion or practice that you're in, do that. Really keeping up traditions, keeping up your routines, your traditions, your rituals. There's nothing wrong with that. It's very positive. So keep doing that. But yeah, you're going to be sharing divine wisdom and teaching people, even if it's just in casual conversation. So just bear that in mind as well. So that was Shweta. So let's see. Oh, Jan. Okay. Well, if you've updated me on Discord, I will make sure I check that. Good morning, Kimbo. Okay, so Kimbo says Goblin as well. So if you're new, make sure you subscribe and like the video. So we do, there's some scheduled streams, but there's only 2 scheduled streams at the moment on my homepage. But we do a plethora of different readings here. We do tarot, as you can see. We do crystal ball regularly. We do rune readings, palm readings, starseed readings, past life readings, channeled messages. So there's always something at least every week to tap into. So make sure you're staying with us if you would like these readings. They're pretty much all free. Some of them are just for members, but the non-members ones are always free. There's just always an option to have extra with super chats. So there's always something free going on. So let's see, Kimber, you might be the last one. So I do apologize, guys. So I do apologise that I do have to leave. I'm going to do the last one, so we will do Kimbo. But yeah, so I was just jumping on for a quick hour stream today. But it's really nice to see so many people and new people in the chat. So do stay subscribed, because I will keep doing this. I'll keep coming on. I may even do another one tomorrow if I have the free hour to do it. So yeah, do make sure you're staying tuned, staying subscribed, because even if you didn't get one today, you will get one on the next one. The mobile streams that I do, they're very random, so I just jump on at random times. So click the notification bell to be able to come back to these type of streams. but the streams you see on the homepage, the planned ones, they're always planned, so you'll know when they are. But yes, so we'll do Kimbo, we'll do a Goblin for Kimbo. But if you didn't get one, guys, you will get one on the next one, and there's plenty of other streams to come to. There's a crystal ball. There will be a stream tomorrow. I'm pretty sure there'll be a stream tomorrow. Maybe a little bit earlier than this one. So I might do this again, or I might do a crystal ball. We'll see. But do stay tuned for that. You will get a reading on that if you didn't get one here. So Kimbo, we have the 6 of platters. So I really like this goblin. He's really in a funny position, but he has a 6 of little pairs there with the 6 of platters. So sharing your success builds more success. So it's like this idea of flow of energy. So if you succeed and you're sharing that, you're involving other people in that, or you're being giving with your whatever it is, you know, if you succeed in like business or you know your workplace, you get the promotion or you get the interview, you're kind of sharing that energy or money if you can. If you're, you know, maybe you're going to be really generous and to take your friends or your family out for a little meal or something because of your success. When you're sharing that success, that flow of energy is going to keep coming back to you, you know? So making sure you are sharing, and you will see the benefit of that. And you're coming into harmony, you're coming into alignment, and your healing processes are going to have positive effects. And your empathy, so excuse my sniffling. So your empathy energy is very, very important at the moment. Make sure you are still tapping into that heart center, not closing off the heart, because you're having very positive advancement on your healing journey coming up. So whether that's physical healing or kind of spiritual healing, you're going to see benefits and improvements with that. You're coming into a harmony and coming into alignment. So giving and receiving is really, really important. If you receive, make sure you're giving, and it's going to keep coming back, like that flow that we spoke about, and that is the fairness energy. There's a great sense of justice in this card. So justice can be if you're actually in a legal situation at the moment, if you're like in the middle of a legal situation, getting the justice that you deserve. But justice can also be in the more maybe spiritual sense, where if someone has wronged you, they might be getting that karma back for wronging you. So don't worry about that. The universe is taking care of things for you. But yeah, a great sense of justice, balance, justice, alignment, really coming through for you. Fairness, energy. So if you feel like anything hasn't been very fair lately, there's going to be a balancing of that. So yeah, that generosity, that sharing energy. Because another thing that's important about your kind of success path and you aligning, Kimbo, is your influence on other people. So whether that's kind of like, you know, if you're being a public speaker or talking online or something like that, you might influence people in that way. But you're even going to be an influence to people in your day-to-day life. It could be someone looking at what you've done, what you've achieved, how you are as a person, and being influenced by that positively, thinking, I want to be that good of a person. I want to be that fair of a person. I want to be that giving as a person. I want to have that success. You're really influencing people around you. You might not realize it. So it's important when we have a domino effect, when our energy has a domino effect, we have to make sure we're being good people, because we want the rest of the world to be good people, you know? We want to spread that positive energy, that positivity. So just be aware, you are influencing and impacting people around you, even if you don't realize it. So stay in that fair and generous energy, and it's all going to come back to you. So that was the last reading, guys. I did only plan to be on for an hour, but like I said, I will jump on tomorrow. Might be a little bit earlier. So if you didn't get a reading, make sure you stay subscribed. And if you haven't liked the video yet, please do that. I greatly appreciate it. It was really amazing to see so many of you. I know we have like Andrea, Jose, Triple Gemini, Delphine, Sid, Yasara, Ivo. Oh yeah, Ivo! Nice to see you. Aniket and Megha. So I do apologise that I didn't get to you, But jump back on tomorrow, and yes, we will do another. I might just do another one of these because it's been fun. But yeah, just look out because it might be another one of these, might be a crystal ball, might do both, might do an hour of each. So we'll see. We'll see how we go for tomorrow. But love, light, and blessings to each of you. Really hope to see you soon. And I will just mention again in the description of the video is my TikTok, Facebook, email address, and Discord. So the Facebook and email, of course, that's just to connect with me. But the Discord is to connect with the community. So if you want to stay in touch with the community, join the Discord. My website is also there. So if you're looking for a full reading, you want a more in-depth reading about a specific situation, or you want a full reading, do go to my website. It's in the description, but it's secretfrequencies.com/shop. And there are spells, one-on-one sessions like sound healing and Reiki. There are readings like candle wax reading, rune reading, tarot reading, crystal ball, and all sorts of different things. So even just go on there just to check out what I do. It's all very reasonably priced. So yeah, love, light, and blessings to each of you. I really hope to see you soon.